Hey guys, so in this video I'll show you how to average 15,000 to 14,000 per game. If you have 3 times speed, that will only take you about 7 minutes for 15,000 points. So this is my team overall: Watcher, Darkness, Death Joke, Harvester. The equipment doesn't really matter. What matters though is Annabelle. You want to put your Purge Pass amulet on and your Paranormal Purge mask on. And you just really put any equipment, but those are the only two that really matter. So let me show you how to average 14 to 15,000. Of course, yes, here it says 5 masks unit is 50% every game, but it's bugged right now. So only use one. So you're going to press start. I'm keeping auto skip off for first. And I do have the saw modifier, so you're gonna want that. So you do is you place down your Annabelle, right? Turn 3 times speed on. And you're gonna place another one right over here, in between these two. And now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna transition that between your Harvester and your Annabelle all around. So just wait for the money game. After you have about 4 down, I would say come over here, place down a darkness where you started, and make sure you don't place anything near these areas just because a bomb zombie will spawn and will just delete everything. So after you reach your Annabelle, you place down your harvesters just because it's just enough for the coverage. And then when you're here, what I do is I place my death jokes. I will place an extra darkness, and I'll just start putting down all my death jokes. So you place them down, wait for it to spawn. You can place down a few darkness, and you see how that's a bomb zombie. It didn't break anything, and now after that, you could place the rest of your units. So when you place down everything here, it should say 19. And what you want to do is find your darkness. Always upgrade your darkness first. It's very good. Of course, you're gonna have to leak a few. I believe you can get away with like 15 health at the end. It's just due to you needing to upgrade like so many forbiddens. It does get pricey. And then after you max out your darkness, doesn't really matter. I usually prioritize my darkness first though. And then while we wait for money, the mask and dog amulet, they all work on based on how much that unit has done kills, and because my Annabelle is my starter, it obviously does more. So if I put it, let's say, on my death joke, because it doesn't get that many kills, I only get like 12, 13,000. But because I put on my Annabelle, which does so much more, I can actually achieve 14 to 15,000 game average. So I just want to start maxing these out. So now that I have 3 darknesses maxed out, I'm going to work on my Annabelles. Just want to alternate. It doesn't really matter what order you do. It just depends if you can get enough money. And it's very good to prioritize Annabelle just because it is your win condition. Gotta make sure they don't get deleted. Watch your counter on the side. If it goes below 19, you know something's wrong. And you can skip harvesters. They're just there for like early game support. You can always upgrade them last if you want the extra DPS. So you just want to work around upgrading everything. Harvesters always prioritize last. And then you can hop around between your Annabelles and Darkness. So let's just get enough money to start upgrading the rest of our stuff. And of course, this is paranormal horror mode. So just wait for enough money. And then just make sure that you upgrade them all. Okay, death strokes. These are really good boss killers, especially when something's really strong and gets through. Or it just shreds them like that. Just want to upgrade them. And I think the saws are only 1,500, which you could get if you watch if you just actually just play, you can easily achieve the saws just because of how cheap they are. Let's just get this death joke maxed out. And now let's place or upgrade the watch. I believe that's the last one of the few. You just walk around in a circle to make sure you have everything maxed. There you go. And now we just check out whichever Annabelles we have not maxed out yet. And then we just start upgrading. You can work on you work on the inner circle and then slowly move outward later into the game you go. So now we can upgrade our harvesters because we've upgraded all our main DPS. So now that's maxed out. And if you place them near the middle, then the bomb can't actually destroy them when it gets through. So these like starters are just there pretty well. Let me start at 19. And then when I'm done, I just click team, scroll down, make sure I didn't miss anything. And now that that's done, you just wait. Just watch as the waves go by. And just make sure to take a look at your team counter. 19 out of 20 is what you should always be at. And then we just wait. If you have 3 times, it's about 14,000 every 7 minutes or so. It's pretty good. And I don't even have Nightmare 3 on my Harvester. I completed, I started this one, I had Crimson 1 on my Harvester, so he doesn't really need the best of enchants. And then again, I don't even have the best materials because he's literally just using the Annabelle backpack. And just like that, let's see, 14,565. So it just depends how good your Annabelle does. You could go from 14,500 all the way to upwards of 15,000. So that is pretty much the strategy on how to average 14,000 to 15,000. Thank you for watching and goodbye.